Hi guys, so today I wanted to make an interesting video just talking about someone who I follow and I've watched quite a lot of their videos. There's been a lot of people talking negatively about them and making videos saying that they're an online narcissistic predator. There's a lot of terms getting thrown around. You'll hear a lot of gaslighting, flying monkeys, histrionic borderline, and I think it shows the danger of people who don't really understand what they're talking about. But sorry, one second now. Just making sure we're recording. But there are a lot of people out there throwing terms around that they don't really understand, and I'm guilty of it myself. Pseudo psychiatry, that's kind of what it's called, and I think a lot of us are guilty of doing it now. We hear a lot of these terms, and psychiatry is a very messy field to begin with. There's a lot of frauds out there. There's a lot of people who are claiming to be something they're not, and it's making it very dangerous, but it's also a fascinating field. So people are kind of like, is this what's wrong with me? Is that what's wrong with me? What the fuck is going on here? People want answers, and as human beings, we're very rational creatures. We want to know, I'm fucked up. This is why. No, this is why. No, this is why. Oh, it's my ex-girlfriend. Oh, she must have been the borderline, or my boyfriend must have been a narcissist, and all this stuff. You're a psychopath. You're a sociopath. It gets very fucking messy. So the page that I'm talking about that is getting smeared. I'll just show you. It's David Demars of Demars Coaching, and I'll just share my screen with you now to show you who that is. In case you don't know, I've watched plenty of David's videos and left comments on it. Now, this is one of the channels talking about him being a manipulator, and but this is his page now, so I'll just show you. We go into it. So this is Demars Coaching right now. Let's move myself up here, and that's David up there. And he's a certified professional coach, life coach, that is. And you just see it here. All his information is here. If you want to avail of any coaching, and then he does a lot of work talking about. Well, I'll give you an idea. But he talks a lot about personality disorders, in particular borderline. I should see here. You some borderline. Borderlines don't steal. Everything Hoover. Do borderlines really cause PTSD? Do borderlines chase narcissists? Do borderlines really know what they're doing? Do borderlines really miss you? Do borderlines really have empathy? You kind of get the picture, don't you? So a lot of what he does is around borderlines, narcissists, mostly borderlines though. And I just stopped sharing for a second. So a lot of what he does is saying borderlines do this and this is why you're messed up. And I've commented on a few of his videos and he's responded to them. When I started my channel, actually, I left a comment saying, "How do you deal with trolls?" And he was like, "Well, as a matter of fact, I deal with them myself, and there's not a whole lot you can do, but it means you're doing something right if people are taking time out of their day to shit all over what you do." He says he just ignores them now, and it's kind of like, yeah, that's a good point. And I say that to a lot of people. If someone is taking the time out of their day to have a go at you for what you're doing, you're obviously doing something right. The more people taking notice of you, the more likely you are to get negative people approaching you, so that's definitely a good point. Now, David has a certain number of people who say that he's a predator, that he's the narcissist himself, that he's sick, that he actually does more harm than good, that he doesn't pay clients back their money when they decide they no longer want coaching with them. Um, and I'll just show you some of the things said on this channel. So just get out of that now, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm only going to show you the evidence that I see. There's a few of my videos. So here we are now. So these two channels here, which you'll see there, their names, they both basically talk about how David is an online predator. This woman here, Val, has had a lot of trouble with them. I don't know if the two of them have ever actually met in person, but they definitely were communicating back and forth online. I'll just show you now. This isn't their actual correspondence. They're making a video talking about him, and everything that I'm doing here, I'm not taking sides. I'm just showing you what there is, and you can decide either way. And if anyone has any information that they'd like to share, let me know. Like, leave it down below. All I know is David is still online, carrying on. He's always responded to what I say and offered advice. Seems to give a shit about what he's doing. They're always saying here in the comments, like they're always talking about his eyes, saying he has psychopathic eyes and the sociopathic stare. They're throwing a lot of terms around, I feel, that they don't fully understand. I don't fully understand them either. I don't know if even David does. He always says that he's not a doctor. So he has said that. He stated it several times that he's not a doctor, that he's a life coach, that he has personal experience dealing with people with personality disorders. Um, it's very messy. I think it shows you the dangers of the online world in general. I'm just going to get the quotes here. So this is a petition that he started as well, Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. And, you know, there's another video and I want to just show you clips from that, or, screenshots of messages that were sent. David never mentions Val by name, from Truth Be Told, but you can see there's a clear resemblance here, which she says is dog whistling. What that basically means, another term, there's lots of terms that sound very unprofessional that are actually used in psychiatry. Um, and as you say, we're all expert armchair psychiatrists, myself included, but what it means is when you don't mention someone by name, but you leave details about them that only they know about, like, come on, the resemblance is uncanny, uncanny, like. Um, Also, he mentioned Toxic Free, which is one of her channels. He let it slip. Now, if people didn't know who she was, they wouldn't know, but she knew, and there could be several reasons why he's not mentioning her by name. You probably have to be very careful about what you say, or you'll get banned. If you make outright accusations, then you could be banned, and that's the important thing to remember. So he could be taking legal advice. That's what he said in previous videos, that he's taking legal advice and not mentioning her by name, because if he does, it might get him in more trouble. So that sounds plausible, 100%. But one thing he says is that he doesn't know Val at all, which is, I mean, I guess you could say it's true, because they don't know each other in person. They know each other by texting. The online world has gotten very messy. But I just want to highlight how dangerous it can be. So I know you can't hear any of these. Apparently, he's talking here about hairstyle. So if the bang comes over your face like it does with her hair, then that means you're a certain way, I'll just actually, I'm going to play it and I'll tell you what she says. If you have hair over one eye, it makes you a liar. I'll just go back. So basically, he's just saying you can tell a person's a liar by your hair. Not sure how true that is, but so just to give you a bit of backstory, David here and Val here were online friends, and they both started off at the same time. And she shows correspondence. I'm going to get that for you now. crazy narcissistic ex-girlfriend. That was David. This is proof of all the emails back and forth between David and Val, because he says he has zero contact with this person, whereas they're saying he's had a lot of contact back and forth. So I don't think, is it true to say that he's had zero contact? Maybe not, but you can fabricate stuff as well. Oh, I will just say David is still going. He hasn't violated guidelines, so innocent until proven guilty, I would say, for now. So they are talking here, and there's a little bit of correspondence. Hi, I just woke up for a minute, got a little angry, but I'm over it. Some dick commented on a video that I need to get over my ex like he did. I reported him and now he's gone. Smiley face, back to bed, hope you're good. Talk to you later. TTYL. And then Val responded, hey again, was gonna reply back earlier on, but checked out the time in Vegas. Was like 6:30, I presumed AM. As you said, you went back to bed. um if it bleeped, didn't want to wake you up. So some knob end told you to get over it. Hey, well, what's he going on the narc community? It's very hard to read, so bear with me. He's not over it, obviously, himself. Dick, I've just done another video. I seem to have ended up talking about tarts in it. Lol. Oh, geez. What, what yet? Watch it anyway later. Oh, yeah. Talking about tarts in it. Yeah, tart is like someone who's easy, or a slapper, as we'd also call it. It's just going to go through another, and then hey, no, I have a subscribers button on my page. I know my videos aren't brilliant, but I've had no subscribers for a week. I'm not that crap, am I? I've read somewhere some people don't have a subscribe button, so like to subscribe to the channel. Will you please check out for me? I'm getting annoyed. David responded, yes, I will check, Val, just off work. Give me a few. She says, no worries. Yes, you have a subscriber button. You should get another YouTube channel so you can see stuff like that. I'm trying to subscribe to your channel with my other channel, but I can't find you. Sorry, so it's going through very fast now. I'm just going to try and pause it. Uh, I know you're back to Summit. I have to get home first. Don't freak out. I'll check it out in the next hour. I changed everything back. I can't really read that, sorry. It's very blurry and hard to read. See if we can get it now. So I'll try and pause it in the right moment. There's a lot of correspondence between them anyway. So he's helping her out basically with subscribers. She's having issues with people subscribing to the channel. So I don't know yet. Don't do anything until I get home. Oh, okay. I will check it out more. I know you're back to Sama Summit, maybe he's saying something. I have to get home first. Don't freak out. I'll check it out in the next hour. I changed everything back. I've also clicked everything on my notifications, and I can't read that after. I've been Googling for help. Hopefully, can get it back uh, later. Smiley faces. And he says, "Sad Val, you're doing too much without a plan. Hold on, just let me figure something out tonight." So he's trying to help her basically get subscribers because she's saying people can't subscribe to her channel, is the gist of it anyway. And this is their initial sort of correspondence, if you like. Yeah. So she's getting frustrated anyway that people can't subscribe to her channel, but it's all amicable at this stage. That's the main thing. And David says, "I know this sucks for you, but try not to get too worked up and do something else, you know. I'm going to find your channel, not fund. It says fund, but then when you read further on, you'll see that he means find your channel and see what's up. I have a couple of ideas for you too. It might be easier to start a new channel altogether. I know how you can get your channel bigger. Have you seen how much is finally growing now? I know what to do now. Your videos are good, Val. I know people like your personality." Oh, sorry. Just hold on. So she's trying to get his attention anyway and his help. And he's kind of saying, "Will you give me a second?" Maybe she's a bit keen. I don't know. But anyway, sorry for. Okay. You should open another YouTube account just to look at your channel, to check it out basically and see what's up with it. His is much easier to read than hers. It's the purple and the white background. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really read anything that she's saying. "I promise you'll be happier in a couple of weeks. I have so many ideas to get our channels huge. They will work, I promise." Oh, topics. Um, he's basically just saying it was a great video. You spoke so well, lots of information. Is what you need for your videos to be more popular so they will be seen. I know how. And then she said, "Sorry, did I wake you up?" "No, no, you didn't wake me up. I don't know if there's anything wrong with your channel." Just trying to read through these. "Did you do what I told you? Upload it private first, then edit it and add your page. Then make the first comment yourself so you get it more popular." It's just methods of growing the channel. "Just remember what I told you about my channel. Everything started 2 weeks ago, literally today. I had 39 subscribers 2 weeks ago, now about 225. I just had a breakthrough video." Yeah, she kind of goes, "I want the same thing to happen to me, I think. This is what I started doing. I would come up with an idea and make a quick video. I'm keeping the topic smaller and sticking to it and making a little shorter videos too. And it really is all about the title, which I've found myself. Yeah, definitely. The big video I have was titled, Is Your Narcissistic, or sorry, Is Your Narcissist Happier with Someone Else? It made everybody click on it. Yeah, if you put narcissist in any title, people are bound to click on it. It's just something that people are fascinated by. So I can't really tell you what she's saying because I can't read that. It's like, look at it. I can barely read what he's saying, but it's easier to read black on a white background. That much we do know. But it all seems amicable at this stage. Be careful using music. It's the worst thing to do to get a copyright infringement. Definitely, yeah. And she says, "Yeah, I got a warning. When I read it, it said they gave me a copyright warning." Sorry. So basically, she got a copyright warning and is just joking about it with him. Oh, I was looking forward to reading that part. How do you know about his friend? And really, who cares? Don't worry about it. It should make him and his friend think twice. That's sad you lost this video. Like I said, I don't know if there's something wrong with your channel. Have a good day going to work. She's asking just about her channel again. He says, lol, that happens. Don't know if there's anything better I can show you this on. Don't know. Sorry, 1 second now. So I go back. See if there's anything more important. Yeah, so he's just giving her advice on the video. There is free music you can use. Sometimes they just want you to credit them in your video. So he's just telling her about copyright and basic information. I found that out myself as well. Um, you can put music into short videos. They give you an option, that you're allowed to use, but you have to give credit for the song. So just FYI, watch out for that. She's worried about subs, like subscribers, and he says, just don't worry about subs for a while and keep making videos. Don't wait longer than a week between uploads. Like programming on the, I don't know what he said there. Put in a couple of months' work and see where you're at. And if you think 40 subs aren't a lot, just imagine 40 people in your home with you. So he's basically just like going, don't worry about it. 40 people might not sound like a lot, but 40 people in the room, which it would be a lot, trying to reassure her. I lol at your party comment. I try to like most of your videos and comment on them. I also have put some in a playlist I have titled Covert Narcissistic Personality Disorder. I feel weird liking my own videos. So they're basically talking about liking your own videos to get them more popular. It's definitely working. Commenting on it as well boosts the algorithm, which is why people always say like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell below. Ding ding. I have to do my own ding ding for now because my technology skills aren't good enough. Okay, this comment's a little bit weird now. So he says, at first you have to be a little slutty almost. Like subscribe to lots of channels, watch lots of videos, give really good comments for others to see, like lots of videos. I put my own videos in a playlist too. Okay. Like your own videos. Should you like your own videos? I was wondering about this. I like the few of them and it does make them grow, like get more popularity. Just saying, it works. Okay, I'm going to the store. We should video chat someday about this. I have so much to say and so many ideas, you won't believe it. I always stand up against bullies because they're talking about that. I hate people like that. I wonder if video chat would work for us. So now they're arranging the video chat. I work until 5 p.m., have Tuesday off. They're arranging to meet. So I'm screaming, morning. Hi, evening. I'm morning. Nice to meet you. Huh. Laugh my ass off. We will have to make a whole new background just for us to talk, lol. I just laughed really hard. That was funny. There are others out there. I'm off. Good night. No, I haven't. I can't wait to see your videos. Talk to me. And I am dealing with CPTSD, complex post traumatic stress disorder, every day with nightmares at night. You couldn't be nice. Isn't it just awful how nobody understands? You couldn't be right. Maybe he's saying you couldn't be more right. It is the worst part of all for me, and it is the same thing as everybody thinking I'm the abusive one. I know you can report him for harassment, so he's telling her about, or sorry, she's telling him about someone who's harassing her online. He's telling her what she can do about it, more or less. He's pathetic, so obviously someone's given her abuse online or whatever. Do your Oh, one more hint. Write down ideas you get. Don't plan the videos too much. Do your research. Sometimes try making three small videos, different topics. That sucks. I'm afraid of mine finding my channel and seeing her photo on his page. Good night. So they're talking about toxic ex-partners. He's worried. She's worried about her ex-boyfriend finding her YouTube page, and David is worried about his toxic ex-girlfriend finding his YouTube page. All seems pretty harmless right now. I know, Val, I feel bad for you, but I know how to make it better. Think, I'll ring you in less than an hour. I've been talking to bigger channels, got big ideas. Keep going. I told you to report him because she's saying again, same fella giving her grief. Look at the old videos on big channels. I've got titles for 30 more videos, but they're mine. Smiley face. Gotta go to work. Have a nice day. Hope this doesn't wake you, but I would still really like to talk to you tomorrow if you want to. All right, go back to that now, just for a sec. I know it's a bit boring, but I just want to kind of go through this, see if I missed anything. Hey Val, yes, thank you for the shout out. That was really nice. I really appreciate it. It just helps me feel better about everything since I don't have a single person to talk to about this. So I'm going to take a nap and you call me, or will I call you at that time, which should be almost 3 hours from now. Hey David, I'm home. Just sat in front of the television. It's so cold. I've had to take a hot bath to stay warm. Shout me when you're free. Hey Val, I just woke up. Can you give me a few minutes to wake up? Okay. Sorry, we're gonna jump to another one. Let's get back to what we were at. Okay. Sorry about that now. Let's get back. Yeah, now. Let's play that through. Oh no, I'm sorry, Val. That is just weird. Have to go to work. Try not to get too upset. I will talk to you later. Sorry, Val. Something bad has obviously happened here. I hope this doesn't wake you, but I would still really like to talk to you tomorrow if you want to. Hey, I was going to say the same thing just about the channel. Doesn't mean I've been through rare, I'd say. I don't know what that probably not important. Hey, Vala, just woke up. Thanks. You can still talk, right? Can I call you in 15 minutes? Half seven your time, 7:30 p.m. They were on an audio call together for an hour and 37 minutes. Quite in depth, I would imagine. Anyway, I'm going to chill. We'll shout you, and please be honest if you don't want to chat. If it's a pain, it's just nice chatting with someone nice. I just said how much I like talking to you about 3 minutes ago. You're funny. That's my English humour for you. Bye bye. Laughing. So it's all amicable at this stage. I'm not sure. Too late for you. Do you want to talk for a minute? Just go back. Lol, I'm working on a holiday. Yuck. Oh, have you got a picture of a blonde lady? I'm brunette. I got it instead. Thought I deleted it. Lol. It's a pic of her, surely. Lol, you're funny. I thought you were saying it's you. It was you. That's entry it to me. I get I'm making a video about that. This doesn't make any sense. The word is terrible. My friend was struggling getting into her profile picture, so she could change it. We don't say mum here, we say mom. Oh yes, of course. Don't you guys say mum? Yeah, nah. Hey, me mum's lol. Me a crazy Brit. I don't know about that. Val, there's something wrong with my phone. I don't get notifications. I'm sorry. I did hear a bell, but nothing on my phone. So I checked Facebook Messenger and it was you. I wanted to talk yesterday, but I couldn't. Maybe next week. I would like to if you can. Oh, cool. I seriously get worried now when I don't hear from you. I think he's left me this feeling. I must upset people. It bothers me. I'm glad. Okay. Audio call for 2 hours. So they're obviously, amicable back and forth chat. We get to the end of this eventually. I know it's a while. I just want to show you that it started out amicably. No, I didn't see that one. Lol, I'm getting it all. Trust me. Lol, yeah. Tomorrow, get. I can't read it. Marriage proposals. Lol, yes. Hi Val, I miss you. Haven't talked in a while. Merry Christmas. I'm off to work Monday and Tuesday. If you would like to talk, hope you're doing good. Hey, hon, bless you. Yeah, miss you too. Like having our hangover this morning. I'm at work. Not a good feeling. I drove off. Christmas dinner went in, being cancelled all because of that selfish, heartless bitch, I think she said, in tears all day. I'm done with these people. I'm so sad. I'm so sad to burden you. Just needed to release. Take care, hon. Oh no, I'm so sorry, honey. Please don't take it to heart if you can. I wanted to talk at the usual time, but after reading your message, I think you would want to even more. Bit afraid you might not want to at all. And that's totally okay if you don't want to. Just say it. I'm so sorry, Val. Really, I am. So she says, Happy Christmas, David. Hope you've had a better one than me. My narcissistic sister ruined it, started a fight with me. Mum broke down on the floor. I drove off. Christmas dinner went in the bin. Now next year's holidays been cancelled. Have been cancelled, all because of that selfish, heartless bitch. Been on my own in tears all day. I'm done with these people. I'm so sad. Anyway, sorry to burden you. Just needed to release. Take care, everyone. Speak soon. X. So she's obviously used to using the term narcissist anyway and throwing it around. A lot of people do. You know, if you call anyone a narcissist, you can make them look bad. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that she didn't have a negative experience with David, but you can throw narcissists at anyone and make them look bad. They're obviously very amicable back and forth here. She says he made me out to be a psychopath. And she's saying, why would he want to be friends with a psychopath? Now, she calls him a psychopath, but was friends with him. They're obviously very amicable with each other. That's just what I'm getting at here. I don't know the story. I'm not taking sides. I'm just showing you what they're saying about him and how this whole situation went off the deep end. If I'm being honest, it appears Val gave too much information to him all at once. Um, she's given too much information here to someone she's never actually met in person. That's the danger of the online world. You can pretend to be anything you want. You know, who am I really behind this mask? But I could be anyone. You don't know. Just you good people are taking my word for it. Um, like this information here, it's quite a lot she's given to him. You see him where he's not really giving away much. He just talks about a toxic ex that he had. She spoke about her toxic ex, and they both connected over that, you know. But it's given a lot of information to someone you don't really know, which can always end badly. But also, like the way she says, why would he be friends with me if I'm a psychopath? Psychopaths are very good at convincing people that they're not bad people. If they were all monsters to begin with, we'd run a fucking mile. We wouldn't stay around, you know. That's why these people are so scary because they're great at roping you in, you know. So I think she kind of contradicts herself there when she says, if I'm a psychopath, why would he be friends with me? You were friends with him, but you call him a psychopath and say that he has the stare. He obviously is portraying someone different if he is, you know, but you could have done the same thing. People are very good. People who are psychopathic are brilliant actors. If they weren't, we wouldn't keep getting hurt by them. We'd say, no, you're a psychopath, stay the fuck away from you. Very narcissistic traits, very deceptive behaviors. You would stay away from people like that if they were very obvious, you know. It also says down here that she's blocked David since this interaction or since these interactions. She's saying that he said, You're not a narcissist. I could tell you that for free because she was seeing a therapist at the time. What she's saying here is that David lies to his audience, that he's trying to make her out to be a random stranger. Do you really consider people that you know online as real people? I don't know. They're certainly not like real friends. You know, they're online, but you don't really know the person. I would say you don't know that person. You know them online, but if you've never met them in real life, you do not know them. I would say there's a bit of an intense stare now if you look at it like that, but you know, it's all pseudoscience. There's no real fact behind that. Their argument there is, we can just go back to it. He's just said that he's not saying his abuser's name. He's not giving their information out, and he won't say their name. They said that his head shaking is very childish, and they said that also this is dog whistling because it's clearly a caricature of her. Um, and they say the rationality for that is he wants ambiguity. So basically, what that means is he wants to not say her name, so he's not naming her in person, and therefore, if people say, "Oh, you smeared Val," then he can say, "No, I didn't, because I never said her name." Do you know what I mean? So he can always go back and say, "You're thinking of that wrong." Now, I could think of a number of reasons why someone wouldn't say that. Um, for legal reasons. You mention someone's name and you say the wrong thing and you slip up, you're up shit creek without a paddle because you've said something about them and you've mentioned their name. So you have to be very careful what you say. Maybe that's why he's doing it, you know. All I will say is her video is still up, it hasn't been taken down. Um, maybe he just isn't engaging with them and hasn't requested for it to be taken down because he's not engaging. Because you can go through very lengthy battles, legal battles, to have it taken down. Now, here he says she claims she's toxic free and a total empath, which they're also saying is dog whistling because she had a channel called Toxic Free. So nobody else will know, but she knows. And people who know the battle between these two will know that it's her channel. This is, they're talking here, and Val down here made a joke about the two Ronnies. David says, I've been trained to catch lawyers, but not through texts. Lol, I don't like how he made an excuse when he said he has a lot to worry about right now. What does he have to, what does that have to do with you not getting the OMG, my ex's name is Ronnie. We have to wait for the truth. We don't know yet. Okay, thanks, hon. Watch the vid. It's funny. Or go to bed. Sorry for keeping you up. Did you see my message? My ex's name is Ronnie. I know how funny. Oh dear. So basically, just send them the two Ronnies, Ronnie Corbett and Ronnie Barker. And he's like, oh my God, my ex's name is Ronnie. Okay. So basically, what this leads to is he says that she harassed his ex girlfriend or tried to find out information about her, whereas she's arguing, and you can see it here. He said clearly, my ex's name is Ronnie, so he offered that up to her. It's not as if she had to go digging for it. And that is the ex girlfriend, which he talks about as being the crazy ex. Now she's no longer with us, R.I.P. So that's what he's kind of getting at. He says my abuser is no longer alive. Um, don't know. Do you think he has the sociopathic stare? I don't know. So this is correspondence between Val over here down below and Ronnie. So she says, "Hi Ronnie, it's Val here from Toxic Free. I know Dwayne sent you my email, but I thought I would shout you on here in case you're feeling a bit nervous. If you want to chat, I'm here. I won't say anything to anyone. Our conversation will be completely private. I hope you do want to chat. If you don't, I understand. Um, if you do, please get in touch. Hope you're okay, hon. Hi Val, watched your video last night. It hurt my heart so much to watch. There's more of it. How hurt and sad you were. Reading those words he wrote, you was like seeing deja vu. 100% sounded like him. What he is doing is extremely wrong and sick. These people would not be watching him if they knew who he really is. I would like to talk to you more. I didn't ever think of going online to help or support. What he has done online has rocked my world. I mean, I let it rock my world. I'm currently on a trip to say goodbye to my elderly father right now, so I can't chat much, darling. Sorry, during the day, I choose to not have social media on my phone for sanity purposes. Lol. Hopefully, we can chat. Sounds like he is more sick. What you describe is completely him. Um, just sounds like he is more sick since I left him. This is his ex-girlfriend. I've always felt he has a dangerous mind. He's always played the weirdest games with people. Nobody stayed in our lives for long because of him. All my close friends slowly started to leave because they didn't like him. I can't dive into this much right now. Something this morning. I'm pretty broken right now. My mind is jello and I just don't have the energy for this for now. I will get a hold of you when I feel a little better. Talk to you soon. Take care. Just move myself up. Did you do it through the violation help section? It has the links to his videos. I also asked them to look at it. If not, gets holding that over me. He's holding that over me. He's making out well, I don't know. He had to sell his house when I left him because I went there to work and pay the bills anymore. Some of them are very badly worded. It's hard to follow what's going on, but when I would get home from work, he will have had been playing video games or playing card games by himself that he made up. You were playing with a crazy person. They said, yeah, absolutely. Basically, he wasn't paying his way and she had to do all the work. And he'd be sitting on his arse playing video games or playing cards. That's what she said. That's what she said. So here, I'm not scared of him anymore. I pity him so much. Like, I think he's the most pathetic piece of shit there is. I was just a dumb young girl. If you think about it, when you were 28, 29, would you have been able to date a little 18-year-old boy? I was too young to realize that meant that this dude has some serious issues and can't deal with people his own age. Now that I look back on it, I am disturbed by the whole situation. I thought it was cool that I was mature enough to be with someone older. So he was 28, she was 18. 10 years of the difference, not a crime, but it is a bit odd, you must say. I was just being dumb, blind, and brainwashed. Fuck him. The cops took pictures of my face. It was all shades of black, blue, and blood, unrecognizable. He's got more history of that. Fuck that piece of fuck. That piece of fuck. I just got mad. I'm sorry. Because I was dumb and lost. We all make mistakes, hon. Tor a better, yeah, you're a better person. People don't really check what they're saying, and it's kind of hard to follow. But yeah, you have to kind of read between the lines. I've gotten very good at deciphering what people are actually saying. Seriously, what the fuck would they do? If they do anything to you, I'll personally speak to them and let them know that I am the one that this piece of shit is basing all of his work and off of, and it is all a fucking sick, twisted lie. I will let them know. I have witnesses. My manager in Vegas drove me to the airport. She saw my face, my mother, brother, and co workers in Vegas. There has to be some report about it. They can't just toss it out. You are fine. He is a master manipulator. He is an actor. He is not well. You have to take a break from YouTube and don't feed into it. Let the drama die down. Fuck all of this drama. It's not good for the soul. No, no, no. No, no, no. He's delusional, thinking the police are going to watch my his. Not that they will have the time. I don't say names. My new favorite song is Demi Lovato. I'm not sorry song. There are so many people coming forward, of him screwing them over and talking to another real life coach. He's trying to fix after David's trauma. Oh wait, there might be more on this. Um, Basically talking about him taking payments and not delivering or ghosting his clients. So then he reinvented himself as a life coach, and then Ronnie. So this is Val in the in the blue and white, and then Ronnie coming back. He is so sick. OMG, how can a person live like that? I can't understand. He's so freaking sick. I feel horrible that he has gone after others. It's taken me a lot of time to realize what a suck life I was living with him. I feel like it was all one big scam. I honestly feel like if I didn't get away from him the night he really got me, he probably would have killed me. It was so horrible. Oh, sweetie, I know it's horrid, but the end for him is coming alone now. Don't. It's all a very badly worded. It's hard to follow. All right, so this is kind of the backstory of it, which there are more on this. They actually did an interview with David's alleged mother, and I know she got a lot of abuse, so I won't give her name out on this. You can check it out on this channel here. And as I say, I am just sharing. This is the channel here, Narc Free Formula. This is all for educational purposes. You can make up your own mind about what you think and what you don't. I'm not saying one way or the other. There does seem to be a lot of people making accusations, but I will say David is still up and running. So unless there's substantial evidence to say that he's a bad human being or that he's doing something illegal, I think you have to say innocent until proven guilty. There haven't been any more videos of him on this channel for quite a while, for about 3 years. So I don't know. It's all very messy, and I'm just making this video to kind of make you aware of how messy the world of self-help and life coaching can be. It's very messy. I'm not deciding one way or the other, but you should definitely be aware that people have said these things just in case. And then if you have your own personal experience, let me know. So this is talking about David's backstory. His mom came from a very rich family. His dad was poor. I think they met in college. They got married. She supported him through school, I believe. They adopted two boys, him and Brian. She became mentally ill. He left them and found his wife while in the Navy overseas, I believe. She was an officer in the Navy too. David was left to fend for himself and Brian while his mom was mentally ill. They would have no food in the house. At about 10, his dad finally wanted the boys back because he was now married. They boys lived with him, the boys. They had a good life. I think David was always mad at his dad and just always went against him. His dad's oldest daughter, with his new wife, told me David has always been a sociopath and his family has always welcomed him and loved him. He could have had anything he wanted. He chose this life of his. So he chose this life that he's living now. His dad had a dream of being a doctor. He worked hard for it. He didn't know his first wife, was going to be sick, mentally ill. I think she had schizophrenia, if I remember correctly. David just never let go of his dad's fault in leaving the family. So he never let his dad forget it, that he left. This is adoptive family now. He was adopted. Brian, his younger brother, is apt APPT of his dad's family. Important part, I don't know, his dad's family, and has always been accepted, and he definitely very different from them all. David is just ridiculous. Is basically what the whole problem was all this time. His sister really helped me heal by letting me know that David has always been like this since he was a teenager. Just want to see where that came from there. Just that's Ronnie actually saying this, his ex-girlfriend talking about it, saying that David's sister actually helped her heal by letting her know that, oh no, he is this bad. It's not just you. As you say, I'm not sure what to believe just yet. So this is Lee Hammond, who was a diagnosed narcissist. Ugh, that word's starting to kill me. He's a diagnosed narcissist and actually helps people to understand how his mind works. A wonderful mind. He said that it didn't serve him well. I watched a few of his videos and he's very honest about it, which is good, you know. And some people like him with toxic sort of personalities, it's hard to follow them without going, this man could manipulate and abuse me, but I think he uses it for good, which, good on him for it, you know. Not everybody is bad, but they have certain toxic traits they need to watch more than other people. He just says that putting out the truth is not a smear campaign. Right, so this is just someone who left a comment here. Truth be told, Val, I believe you are hurt. I don't think it's okay to attack him publicly, attack David publicly. It's hurtful to see other people's issues brought in. I think you've lost the plot of your original hurt feelings. Can you try to figure out that original hurt feeling? I'm sure it was unintended. This all seemed like a disappointment you felt, and then it escalated. You believed some stories online to feel better? Question mark. So I just think it's all very sad and it's hurting a friend. He was your friend too. He was your friend too. Right? I'm very supportive of David. I don't know how this went from one incident to 6 years of allegations on other things. I wish for peace in your heart about whatever hurt feelings or whatever hurt your feelings. Sorry, it's hard to read. I wish for peace in your heart about whatever hurt your feelings. I want the attacks to stop. I've experienced this behavior and it's usually unfounded gossip. I don't believe it if it's just hurt feelings. I do feel I owe him to stand up to this. It's gotten out of hand. I really think you should just forget the side stories from strangers and address whatever hurt you. Then you can move on. I'm sure 1,000% he never intended to disappoint or hurt you. I'm not blinded by him or trying to date him. He is just a great guy. He deserves to be treated with respect, not gossip. She's saying, how can they watch the whole hour plus of the video and still say that she's lying? She said she couldn't read it either because it was quite small, but I managed. Erica, that's the one's name, and she left 30 comments apparently. Erica Valerie. Okay, right, so let's go back. They know it was 30 comments because apparently she deleted all 30 afterwards. So Erica Valerie says, Narc free formula. Uh, the Australian lady up here, you can check out her channel. This is the symbol if you want. And then, truth be told, is Val's channel. You can also check out David's and make up your own mind. It's a messy situation, and I don't know. I'm not taking any sides because if I say one way or the other, it is messy, but they are presenting some stuff which you have to look at and kind of go, not sure about that now. And there's more videos. I'm not going to show you all of them, but you can check them out yourself. It's an arc-free formula. We have all seen this type of video over and over. I agree. It's just not the way to go publicly with these attacks. It makes me afraid to subscribe to either of you. When I once did, I actually agree with her on that because it kind of made me a bit dubious about both of them. I'm subscribed to both of these. I'm actually subscribed to three of them: Arc Free Formula, Truth Be Told, and David Demars because I'm not sure what way to go. Please this offline. I'm not a flying monkey. I'm sad for both parties and want this feud to end. I want a comment where we are not afraid, or want a community where we are not afraid of each other or to speak out. I've tried to watch as much as I can. I do not see this handled with enough evidence and sources. I think it's a mistake. I'm just sad. I hate this going on. I am defending David's character and integrity. I don't see the need for attacking him further. All right, so let's go back a little. And then Arc Free Formula says, if you had bothered to watch the video, you would have seen the evidence, but you didn't watch. You were here as a flying monkey to defend and enable someone who was a predator and abuser. Okay, sorry. I'm going to get her reply to that in Arc Free Formula. Ah, sorry. All right. Nah. Every time I try and get to 46 every time. Ooh. Ah, jumps too much with me. Yeah. Ah, here we go. Lovely. So her response here is, to be honest, this is like talking to the NS. Don't know who that is. You are so smitten. So you like David basically. You will look over a whatever sins I have seen you in David's comment section before. So this is her responding to someone called Erica Valerie. I know you think he is awesome and cognition cognitive dissonance is a horrible feeling. Okay. I also know that for whatever reason you feel need to stand up for a man who was being accused of sexual assault, has stolen money and then ghosted clients, abused others who have sought his services. Ah, fuck. Pardon me. My favorite thing as well, rugby. Jeez, time flies by when you're making these videos. Right. So this Erica Valerie, they're saying, is a flying monkey for David, basically helping him out. Let down by David years ago, hurt feelings are valid, but retaliatory videos cross the line. Please hire a resolution coach or ask YouTube to help keep the issues straight to be resolved. If he has a client come by Facebook that's unrelated, okay, whatever happened 6 years ago was the problem, and spiraling it into these videos for everyone, it's not going to feel better to pile on for Val either. It's just not okay to witness it. Okay. Then Erica says, look, David feels like a part of an online support system for me. I think a lot of his stuff has helped feel that way. We don't want to interfere in his private life, but he has helped us through very personal things that no one understands in our world. That's the reason for a bond over time and distant have a critical medical condition. So it means a lot to me. I can't erase that, but it's not blinding me to the facts either. I feel fine openly supporting him. I despise these attacks on his character. I want to. Okay. I despise these attacks on his character. I want the real problem. And I don't understand why it's turned to attacks. I think I can't suggest anything more to resolve it. Intent, I feel sad. David is important to me. And then I appreciate your effort hearing me and questioning if I'm blinded by some kind of crush. I'm not. I just know David's story, became friends online, and I can't fathom any of this being true. I witnessed the first issue, then it's become a smear campaign. I don't know why all this has escalated for 6 years. I think Val worked with him or maybe collaborate, maybe date him. I don't know. It seems like they were just online friends by the looks of it. I think he just disappointed her or upset her. I think that's understandable. It was not intentional. I hope she can ignore these side issues instead of flinging around. I hope you understand me better now. That's what talking it out does. I don't think he'd admit just hurts him to be attacked. I don't think he'd admit it just hurts him to be attacked when there is no reason to believe random stories. If the real person hurt feelings, I hope they can be let go. I don't think Val would have approached David if she disliked him, if she didn't. Hold on. Hmm. All right. So I think you've lost the plot of your original hurt feelings. Can you try to sort out that original hurt feeling? I'm sure it was unintended. This all seemed like a disappointment. You then it escalated. You believed some stories online to feel better. I just think it's all very sad and it's hurting. He was your friend too. I'm very supportive of David. I don't know how this went from one incident, years of allegate to years of allegations of other things. I wish for peace in your heart about whatever your hurt feelings, but the attacks need to stop. I've experienced this behavior and it's usually unfounded gossip. Don't believe it if it's feelings. I do feel I owe him to stand up to this. It's gotten out of hand. I really think you should just stop believing the side stories from strangers. See, I can't read this bit at the side and address whatever hurt you. Then you can move on. I'm sure 1,000 he never intended to disappoint or hurt you. I'm not blinded by him or trying to date him. He is just a good guy. He deserves better. He deserves to be treated with respect, not gossip. It hurts me to see this happening to him, and to you deserve better than 6 years of pain and stress. I think you're bringing in outside stories to confirm suspicions that you might want to be real. So you might want something to be real, so you're trying to confirm it with outside stories because you were disappointed or hurt by him. He would have apologized. I know. He doesn't deserve attack videos. I went through them too. I really see David like a brother figure, not blinded or in love. I only know him online, which seems she only knew him online as well. Um, he has a personal life. I just really feel upset by this. Up for me at the hardest time. He stood up for me at the hardest time of my life as a friend online. I saw you guys were starting to be friends, and then whatever happened happened. He didn't mean to hurt or disappoint you. He doesn't deserve the mean videos, Val. It hurts my heart as a friend. Okay, thanks for listening. I'm no flying monkey. I don't know you or want anything bad for you. Neither does he. Please try to believe it and heal this privately. So that's an interesting point, like you could, and I mean, she seemed in a very vulnerable place when she started talking to him, when she let him in a lot of information. She could have let him know way too much. And I'm not saying she's emotionally unstable, I'm saying she was hurt and then maybe he did something that hurt her or triggered her. If something bad happens to you in one relationship, you are naturally more vulnerable to another incident like that. Um, is that saying that he's completely innocent? No, but he's still online, he's still making videos for people. He's not been banned. So he's been making videos for years. I think if he was that bad, he would have been taken off the internet. Either that or I have too much faith in YouTube. There was a channel that he mentioned, Armchair Detective Alan Whitcomb, who was no longer here, not dead, but he's banned because he broke every law on YouTube, copyright, um, stealing people's content. Like what I'm doing here is showing somebody else's, but it's not my content. Um, he stole people's ideas. There was the Chris Watts case. Apparently, he harassed the families there. There's a whole story on it. You can look up why was Armchair Detective Alan Whitcomb banned. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Vinicum. Viticum. It's a funny name. But David was saying that he made a video on Val as well. He's not a credible source because he was banned. So his channel is no longer in existence because of it. So then Erica Valerie says, ladies, I probably went too far to try to express this to people who see David in a bad light. I want you to see it's okay to feel what you feel. Just talk about it privately. That's why he made a video asking it to only feel strongly because I'm very, very sick. He has been so supportive as a friend. He never exploited me. I hear you. I can't get more involved because it hurts too much. I don't think vulnerability is blinding me. I was just there at the time this happened, chatting on the channel. I was watching Val too. They would be collaborating. It seemed like a great situation. Then a misunderstanding happened and hurt feelings. But I hoped it would get better. Honestly, I still hope it will, or at least not be battled publicly. Can't imagine the nature of any of this being sexual or lewd. I think a lot of gossip has come into the thing, but I had to say something out of my convictions. I'm past the point of holding any anger at Val. Got too angry and believed some wrong things. I just wish to take it privately and not harm David. I know he's a grown man, but I also had this kind of a thing, attacks saying my surgery was fake, blah, blah. Still brutal. It affects his business, and there are not enough men who speak on abuse recovery. Okay. So Erica Valerie says he is not abusive to anyone I know. It's wrong to spread gossip about this. It breaks my heart. They're out there ever come forward. No one out there has ever come forward accusing him. Please don't participate in hateful gossip. He is a good man. Even if you guys fell out, try to forgive and not hurt someone who does good for other people. He definitely does good. A lot of people go into his Q&A section, I will say. That is rare. At least it is in my situation right now. I rely on social media. So this poor woman's obviously suffered greatly and is immobilized. So she's online quite a bit. Um, or it was at the time anyway. But it's becoming a horrible place of fighting. Um, Talk things out and not believe gossip. Okay, thanks for hearing me. I'm really not in some kind of worse trance. I just get sad about what social media has become. It was true family for me, and now all I see is fighting. It kills me. Let's all try to live with our disappointments and forgive each other. We are still all human beings. Only have today. Let's find peace. Good way of ending it. So this woman is definitely hell bent on defending David, and she's kind of saying everyone makes mistakes. David feels like part of an online system for me. Okay, I have a critical medical condition. Yeah, so obviously a vulnerable person. Okay, I feel fine openly supporting him. I despise these attacks on his character. Okay. This garbage smear campaign came up in my feed, hashtagging you, David. Maybe you can ask everyone to report it. Looks like we're about to see more fake evidence at your imaginary romance with the sociopath. Desperation at its finest. Don't you wish most people were as loyal, dedicated as these stalkers? How are people so needy? They are friends online with her and they've never met her, but they will defend her in a video about a lie. This is the best lesson on social media fake friendships with the victim playing predator. Imagine if you actually met or dated her. All this for messaging with a sociopath. This is why I don't even use DMs or Messenger. It's a trap. Usually they are too lazy to email if you put If you put on your bio that you do not use social media messaging apps, DMs are the proverbial second location in a crime scene. I am reporting this video. I'm sick of women believing other women. It should be believe other survivors. You're the survivor here. We believe you, David. Thanks for believing me too and telling me. It really shook me all these years ago later, but it confirmed my instincts were correct and healthy. It's been healing to know, so I am returning the favor. We need a sense of community online, especially with abusers faking victimhood everywhere. This lady is an Amber Heard. I know because I was raised by one and you were transparent from the start about this. You've reported it. Okay. As the actual victim in this scenario, how she is still allowed on YouTube is beyond me. Okay, can't really read that. Getting a bit far on now, but um, go into this, you'll see a lot of videos are talking about David Demars and why David wants Val gone. There are a lot of videos about David Demars here, you'll see, and they're not short videos either. These ones are over an hour, it's 40 minutes. They allege that he's put together a fake police report. Apparently, he's incestuous towards his mother, as you can see from that title. A lot of videos about David Demars. And I will just show you this one briefly. This is his actual mother. And yeah, this is just something here now. So go back, sorry. It's only part three, but David has a petition, which is called "Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying" to mask his cyberbullying. That's what they say. Just want to actually hear. I've watched these videos before where they talk about his backstory. And do you remember that paragraph read out about his backstory by his ex-girlfriend Ronnie? Basically where he was adopted. He says that himself. He confirms it. He said he had a horrible upbringing. It was confirmed that his adoptive mother had a mental illness, which is not her fault, but it can't have been easy living with either. Shane's law was on. They're talking about that now. It was a petition to prevent online bullying because people were committing suicide because of online bullying. And obviously, this is true, and it's a very big problem. They're saying that Shane's law, people involved in Shane's law, where poor Shane, God rest his soul, took his own life because of online bullying. They're alleging that David was told to take down his petition. Now, even if he is the biggest narcissist and predator online, I would say it's a good petition, you know. Um, it stops online bullying. What could be wrong with that? I signed it myself, I have to admit. Um, and yeah, I just think I get where they're coming from, and perhaps they didn't have the best relationship with them, and maybe he's a little handsy or whatever they alleged. That anyway, I'll go into it now, but to call someone incestuous, you'd want to have a lot of proof about that. This is his biological mother. Again, this is all what they're saying, so I'm not making up shit. This is what they have said. I'm just showing you what they've said. I'm showing you proof. I know some of the text messages are very hard to read, but we'll just see what they say about this petition because surely we can all agree Online bullying is bad. Having a petition that is in favor of stopping online bullying is good. Wouldn't you all agree? They're saying it's a cover, because if I have this petition, how can I be a bad person? Because I want to stop narcissistic online bullying. Therefore, how can I be a narcissist? We'll see what they say about it and I'll just say it as it happens. They're kind of mocking him here and saying that he's super proud of the petition and our 14-year-old son could do better or the same. So that's the petition there. I've actually signed that one. Online bullying from narcissistic predators is on the rise. I have been a victim for many years and I refuse to be a victim anymore. I help my clients with this insidious abuse every day and I refuse to sit by and watch victims not receive any help at all. Platforms must be more responsible and stop these attacks on innocent child and adult victims. This behavior is polluting society and must stop. People are taking their own lives, not because of attacks, but because social media platforms allow it and in some cases promote it by paying these bullies. Narcissistic people can be very dangerous. Online attacks are a form of violence that is psychologically damaging to people and their loved ones. Let us come together and save lives by signing this petition. Well, I mean, if you're going to stop it, that means that if you are an online bully, you would be stopped. Do you know what I mean? So you'd be contradicting yourself. If you're going to online bully people, why the fuck would you sign it? Would you make a petition? You know what I mean? I don't see their logic in this one, if I'm being honest, because if you're going to make a petition to stop online bullying and enact a law that will make people accountable for it, which is what he's trying to do. So he's trying to have people hold others to account. And what he's saying, when people make money off it, YouTube accounts will smear someone and they will make money. They'll monetize off. So they'll actually monetize videos where they smear people, which is true. That is definitely true. So if he's going to go around smearing people, why on earth would he then make a petition to stop people from smearing others? I don't get their logic here, but they're saying he's doing it to cover to cover his tracks. So she says he is the cyber bully. He's the one doing it. And they made a good point here that Ted Bundy worked for the Samaritans and actually prevented someone from committing suicide. So it is a good cover. In that sense, yeah, it's true. If you were a predator, virtue signaling is the way to go. Another term, but saying that you love everybody and you want to stop people from taking their own lives, who couldn't get behind that? Working for charity is a pretty good way of hiding your sins. And again, I'll throw another name out there. Jimmy Savile worked for charity, did a lot of work for charity, a lot of good work, but it was all to hide his true intentions. So it's like he raised a lot of money, did a lot of good, but that was all to mask his true intentions. So I could see that kind of point. But if you're trying to get a cyberbullying petition, if you're trying to get that signed and enacted as law, then I don't see the point of doing that if you want to keep bullying people. Or maybe you're thinking it's never going to happen, nobody's going to sign it, so I'm just going to put it out there. Nothing's going to be done about it, and I can carry on as I'm going. Maybe. It's your choice not to communicate with me concerning your things. I am leaving August 25th for 3 weeks. If you continue to ignore me, that's your choice. I have offered to bring your things to you and still no reply. I'm notifying you I will not be available for you to pick your things up during the 3 weeks. I will be gone August 25th to September 15th. If you would like, please let me know something. I would appreciate it, Mom. So David's been told he's kicked out and his things are there. Come collect them, basically. So his biological mother charged him $200 a month to stay at her place. Not that expensive, in fairness, you know. You pay more for the shopping, which I do. So it's not that bad. Hmm. Right, so there is more videos. I just want to show you now. Go into it now. So this is saying they've exposed his emails from a fake YouTube account. Sick, obsessive women don't hurt it too much. I cannot believe that she has tried to drag my ex abuser into her videos and people think that's a good thing. What would any abusive person say about the relationship if asked? Everyone knows what they would say. They try to flip it and accuse the victim. But who thinks this is okay either way? Someone says they've been severely abused, so you go and try to find the abuser to throw them in the victim's face, and then they get support for doing it. You have to be out of your mind. She lying about people in my life, and it's so sick. YouTube is ignoring it without telling me. Okay. Invited me onto her channel to make a video together, and the second Val attacked her for it. Tracy asked DME to delete the video off my channel, and she kept hers on her channel only to allow people to attack me and trash me. Not one single channel has reached out. I paid Dwayne to help me and he took the money and ran. This is David saying it. I have asked several channels to help me with Val in any way, and not one coach replied. Not one. Petra supports her doing it to me. And Petra's another life coach. Petra supports her doing it to me and then makes videos about what narcissists do when they're exposed. They all love me being attacked. Tracy Malone, that is. I don't know who she is. Hi, just had a message of Narcissism Detective on Tracy Malone channel. which sent me a comment more or less defending David. I'm not answering, think it's him under another name, as she has supposedly took video down. He's saying I'm smearing. Just thought I'd let you know on here, ex Karen. So she's saying Narcissism Detective is David's channel in disguise. I think you, Karen, should tell us all what you know about David yourself, or maybe you should take your opinion where it belongs. You are a smearer yourself and you like negative drama. If not, please tell us all how positive your own personal life is, or are you scared to show us your own achievements because someone like you may attack them? So basically, she's saying it's David. If you type in Narcissism Detective, David's name does pop up afterwards. And this is like a picture of Pennywise, the cover, which Val has said is something she made for Halloween. It's got her hair, but on a Pennywise mask. So then the response here is Narcissism Detective. Why is a subscriber and possible victim of narcissistic abuse being asked to show their own achievements? They are not operating a public YouTube channel, a decision which makes you publicly accountable for your conduct. Which I agree it does. If you put a YouTube channel like with me, you're responsible for your conduct. That's why I'm not taking sides in this. I just want to kind of show you how messy this world can be of YouTube and also psychiatry. And these aren't even psychiatrists, these are people throwing around terms they don't understand, and something I have been guilty of in the past. But look at the drama, it's just very messy. So be careful when who you interact with online. And people fall out so easily now with people they've never even met in person, which is insane. On a similar note, who are you? And why does your channel only contain a link to another YouTuber, aka David, and none of your own information or material? You have not made clear to people who they're communicating with, which is a red flag in itself. Okay. And then the response, Christine Dunn, actually, everyone should be held accountable for their actions. Don't you think so, Christine? Or is it okay for maybe yourself and some other people to not be recklessly gossiping about people you don't know or talking about things you know nothing about? It's times like these when you can tell what people like. Who here enjoys smear campaigns? Miserable people like yourself. Pretty strong words there. And I agree to an extent, you should be held accountable for your actions, but on YouTube, you're posting stuff for public consumption. So you know what you're getting yourself in for, basically. So then she's saying that she went into the narcissistic detective, and then this sentence here popped up. Channel is about emotional traumatic damage and how to repair it. If you think you know someone with, and then this is on David's channel. This channel is about emotional traumatic damage and how to repair it. If you think you know someone with a personal life might benefit you, David is a certified life coach who helps people recover from emotionally unstable and abusive relationships. Okay. So they've highlighted this web page just here. And then here you go, Narcissism Detective. When she searched that, Demars coaching popped up afterwards, and it does pop up in the suggestions if you look it up, in fairness. She says all abusers have been victims. I don't think Tracy even believes her. I think she's just such a weak individual with no backbone and completely only looks out for herself. And I seriously question the integrity of most people that offer services to help someone. How can Petra help her clients when she supports people like Val and her sick behavior? How can Tracy offer CNA? How could Tracy offer any help to people when she's scared of Val and has zero loyalty or integrity? They can't. It's very difficult to do what I do, and I really question most professionals in the field. So he's saying Tracy Malone and Petra, two life coaches, are untrustworthy and weak. Not one single channel would even support my petition. I am going to ask soon. You have a good idea. I like it, and I am going to think about it. Calling her out as a poor, sick woman that attacks men because nobody will ever do anything about it. Brilliant. Look into the camera and say, "You have my attention, Val. What do you want from me?" I've even considered challenging her to a debate. Her claim is I am stalking her and making videos smearing her so we can argue about it live. What do you mean, Trump ending all immigration stuff? You can feel free as you want to contact anyone and tell them about what's going on with Val, but I'm telling you now that they do not want to be involved, and I wouldn't doubt it if they want, if they believe some of it or just don't want anything to do with me. Masters in teaching, well, good for you. Pursue working on with children again. Okay. Right. Sorry. So I'm just gonna stop sharing. So sorry, one sec there now. So there's also videos talking about a Mexico meetup. I'll just show you now. Just share my screen again. Tim Wilson is somebody else who, here we are now. So here's more evidence. Oh yeah, we already saw that there. Yeah, we already read through that. A lot of it is just the same stuff. So that's filed there. Narcissism detective, hello. Well, what an interesting comment from an interesting account. Firstly, this video's not public, so whoever wrote this has access to the link. So it's a private video, so they have to have access to the link. Secondly, I must thank you for sharing my videos and helping me promoting narc awareness in this community. And also, can I say the profile picture, hilarious. It's the Pennywise profile picture. I remember messing around with this Halloween app when I took that. Lol, love it. So, you believe Karen, who owns her words, is a smear, says the person who's been stalking my Facebook profile pictures to steal one of one for this fake account. Then you've taken my videos to create a playlist and you act like you have morals about others or above others. Funny, at least those of us who believe in our words have the belief in what we say and stand behind our truth with our real selves, not a fake sock puppet account. If you believed I was an arc mirror, why don't you comment as yourself, as only people who are against me helping the survivors in this community strikes me as the real narcissists. So again, thank you for sharing my videos and using my funny face as a profile picture. Lol, I appreciate it. Thank you again. Pretty good way to respond to someone in fairness who's speaking ill of you. It's this picture here. She made that just as a joke for Pennywise, for Halloween. Right, so we get to something else, and then it's this channel that she's talking about. She says that this is David Demars in disguise. And then we talked about that already. And then narcissism, detective, control tactics. That's David up there. There he is. All right, that's it pretty much. So there are also some interesting ones now. So there was talks about him and another person called Kim Wilson setting a meetup for people who he does the videos for from the Q&A. So they made a little community and then met up in Mexico. This is all speculation now. I know David did go to Mexico or whatever, but I don't know what happened. What they're saying happened was that he was inappropriate with one of the girls, and then they started saying that he was a predator and he needed to be watched. Um, Somebody else on a channel called Tinksy Bell, she said she got coaching from him and he wanted to keep going back into her childhood, which she didn't want to do, but he kept insisting. Um, you can watch that video if you want. I'm not going to go any more into it because I've already made this longer than I wanted it to be, but it's just the evidence that they've given. It obviously hasn't been enough to have David's channel banned. I know a lot of people watch him. I watched a lot of his videos. I haven't watched them in a while. I've only checked back in recently to watch some of his videos. It seems like a positive community there. I can't see the downside really of a narcissistic online petition to stop bullying. What I will just say is I did always find it a bit weird that the way he demands your location. He says at first, please leave your location in a nice sort of way, and then it's don't know where you're from and kind of calls you out in the Q&A if you don't leave your location. That could be used against you in the future, probably, if he was that kind of way. I mean, I do kind of see the validity to that argument, the validity. I kind of think, oh, maybe, perhaps, like, I don't know. I just like I understand you want to build a community and all, but insisting and kind of calling people out and not shaming them so much, but saying it and making a point. Don't know where you're from. Please leave your locations. Thanks. Let us know where you're from. Why do you need to know? He kind of gives the general, if you give the general vicinity of where you're from, he's kind of like, oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm from Europe, even. That seems to kind of satisfy him, just to let you know where you are roughly. There was also one thing now that I really didn't like, and I have to say it because I just thought I don't think he meant anything by it, but it was in poor taste. That's what it looked like to me. Michaela Rains, RIP, who took her own life from Save a Fox Foundation. I think I'm getting that right, but she had autism, BPD, by borderline personality disorder, um, and I think OCD as well. And she was doing something good. She was helping injured animals. Seemed like a really nice person. Seemed like she was doing something for a great cause, and people bullied her relentlessly online until she tragically took her own life. Mad that it was only literally a day before I was nearly after taking my own life. So I was on a bridge contemplating chucking myself off, and literally a day or so after she took her own life. And I think, my God, that is insane. And it hit home with me even more the fact that she was autistic and has borderline personality disorder had because I have only recently been diagnosed with traits of it. David was saying that Michaela went through something that I've gone through, and he kind of tried to find a common ground with her. But he said and I'm paraphrasing here, he said she's not as strong as me because I didn't kill myself. She did. He said she's not as strong as me, unfortunately, and that's not her fault. I thought, poor choice of words, really poor choice of words there. Um, you're not helping yourself by saying something like that. But I don't know. I don't think he meant anything negative by it. I mean, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way he said it. I thought it was really you're you're saying she's not strong. You shouldn't say that. I didn't like the way it was said. But a lot of people do seem to be helped by what he does. I've kind of questioned it. There's been a few people who've spoken out about him, but from what I've seen, a lot of it is just speculation and allegations. There's no real concrete evidence. And someone that did make posts as well about Val from the Toxic Free channel and Truth Be Told and the Narc Free formula, Alan Vinicum. I'll just show you now, actually. You'll see it now. So let's have a look. Vinicum, I think. Vinicum, yeah, armchair detective. That's this man here. Let's get out of that. How to boil an egg. So he was banned. If you actually go into Google, I'll just look it up now. Sorry. Okay. So this channel was shut down. Rouge Shuchek, we're gonna say. Alan Vinicum should be struck out due to multiple procedural failings. Okay. True crime and other mysteries. 79,100 subscribers. Through his online platform, he made allegations concerning the murder of Shannon Watts, her daughters, and her unborn child in the U.S. state of Colorado in 2018. Watts' brother, Franklin Zhuchek, a U.S. citizen who lives in North Carolina, brought a claim against Finicum for defamation and harassment through the UK internet law firm Cohn Davis Solicitors. Right, there was multiple charges brought against Alan Vinicum. He broke multiple laws. This is the first case in the UK resulting in the shutdown of a YouTube channel for harassment. So clearly, he did quite a lot. He really messed up. So when people do fuck up, they're shut down, but it had to be pretty bad. Okay, yeah. So we'll just the reason I'm showing you that is because he also made a video about Val from Toxic Free, and I think we have to kind of disregard most of what he said because he was shut down in the first YouTube channel to be shut down in the UK. You've got to fuck up pretty badly to do that. So, and Val is also from the UK, so both of them are from the UK. David is from the US. Arc Free Formula is from Australia, and then David is from Las Vegas, Nevada, or he lives there anyway. I think he's from Texas, FYI. But yeah, it's a very messy story, and I just wanted to kind of highlight it because I know people are talking badly about David. They're saying there was a Mexico meetup and he allegedly acted inappropriately. Um, but he's still online. There's nothing seems to have stuck. He says he's making a case himself to have the person shut down who was stalking him. He hasn't given any names. Maybe that's on legal advice. Sometimes he can just slip up a little bit. Maybe sometimes he has a bit of an inflated ego, but I think you need that to run a YouTube channel and be a life coach, like give people advice on how to live their lives. I think your ego needs to be a little bit larger than the average Joe. So maybe we'll cut him some slack there. Um, I just thought the thing with Michaela Raines was in poor taste the way he said it. She's not as strong as me, and that's not her fault. But I don't think it really matters who's stronger here. She took her life. That's bad. We can all agree on that. So he also talks about never struggling to have a girlfriend when he was younger. So maybe a bit arrogant in some ways, you could say. Yeah. He's over 56,000 subscribers. So look, way more than me, more than Val, more than Arc Free Formula. So people obviously like what he's doing. I liked a lot of his videos. Does seem to have a thing against borderline people. I know someone accused him of being the reason why her borderline sister killed herself because it's already got a very high comorbidity with suicide. Hearing negative things about it constantly, and I showed you a lot of videos that he makes on it. Can obviously contribute to that, but a lot of people, and I have borderline traits, and I've found his videos helpful. I know some people who have the full blown disorder find his videos helpful, and he does say as well, he states borderline is not the reason why you abuse. There are borderline people out there who don't abuse the way you do, but there's a lot of them with messed up lives and trauma that they need to heal. So there is that. But look, this is a messy enough back and forth. I just showed you what I could find. There seemed to be a falling out between him and Val from Toxic Free or Truth Be Told, whichever channel she's gone by. And it got nasty. Somehow or some way or the other, it got nasty. They were helping each other out. They were kind of, working together. That's working together, intertwined. Then he accused her of not helping him out, or he just got annoyed with her, it seemed. Actually, can I find that now? If I can, brilliant. So get out of this now. Anyway, it seems like Alan Vinicum really fucked up and came back to bite him in the arse. Okay, so one more and then that'll be it. Just want to show you some interest and dialogue between the two of them. So we will have a look at it now. So, one moment there, please. This channel is talking about the meetup in Mexico. You can check that out if you want. She just basically talks about inappropriate behavior that happened on that trip. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I've already gone through enough. But there's another one here that just kind of shows the fallout between the two of them. I think this is another one here, Tinksy Bell. If you want to check that out. Sped up a lot and their voice kind of is a bit squeaky at times, but that's just her showing proof of her receipts. So she paid David for sessions, and an interesting comment down here that I saw. So someone says, I'm sorry this happened to you. I've watched David's channel for years. He's doing more help than harm. Sometimes some people are just not a good fit, which is also very true. An awful experience. You should have found a better fit. He has years of videos, not one complaint for a poor fit like this one. He also shares his personal story. Again, I am sorry that this happened to you, but it's a little over the top, which most people will see if they look at this channel. She liked it, so anyway, I do watch my own videos sometimes just to see if I made them the right way or if I need to change anything, and also to get it in circulation. That's Alan Vinicum there. Right, so she provided receipts in this one. Um, so he's just here. Glad you're working hard. Okay, thanks, son. Looking for another if I do find another before they're talking about therapists here. Okay, so oh, thanks, honey. Are you sure? I've tried looking for another. If I do find another before setting up, we'll let you know. Mind you, you can still use it. Don't think anyone would even notice. I'm going to make sure I've got everything done properly before even starting. I'm not going to cock this one up. He says, yeah, good idea. It really helps for anxiety from the pressure of needing ideas. I don't need ideas because they tell me what to do. It's kind of funny. I'm going to cover everything eventually. So the BetterHelp wants to sponsor me for my channel. BetterHelp is the biggest therapy and counseling service in the world. Brilliant. Go for it. Sounds good to me. All right, and this is the Fallout video that basically they haven't spoken in a while. And then David says, hello, Val. We haven't spoken for a long time. I guess you're not needing any more help with your channel. Lol. Congratulations, by the way, on the 2,000 subscribers coming up. I wish I knew how you did it so fast. So it's the holiday season, and I want to wish you the best right now. I hope you're going to be happy and low stress. I remember last year you and your family had a big falling out over the Christmas. I hope this year is much smoother for you. Here in America, we just celebrated Thanksgiving. This is a time of the year when I look back and remember what I'm thankful for. I want to thank you for being a friend, for supporting me. Thank you for checking on me from time to time and making sure I'm feeling good. Thank you for supporting my channel. I'm glad we have the kind of relationship where I can help you and you help me. I sometimes forget where I came from and who helped me and supported me along the way. So thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope this year was better for you than last year. And next year is even better than this one. Thank you for everything. Sorry, just move that up. Seeing my therapist again, still got issues, but I'm sure I will get over them soon. I'm also struggling getting my AdSense thing sorted, but I'm getting there slowly too. Glad you're doing really well. Better get ready for work. Take care, hon. And then David says, do you know what I have done to make you feel like I was too busy for you? Have I ever not replied to a message or a call? Have I ever not been receptive to you when you've asked for my help? Or has my help ever not been beneficial? I know you said it's you, but if you know of anything I did, can you please let me know? Thank you. Yes, I have been extremely busy and have neglected a few things in my life, but I am sorry I made you feel that way. So I would like it. I would like it, and I am open to anything you say. She says, oh no, it's not you that's made me feel this way. It's what I thought. I didn't want to bother you. That's me. I'm like that with everyone, hon. I don't like to keep bothering people. I know you're busy. I just didn't want to bother you. Okay. So then afterwards he says, hi Val, this is unnecessary. When I asked you if you've ever done anything to upset you, if I've ever done anything to upset you, I gave you a chance to be honest with me. I know you're upset with me, Val. but you did not want to take advantage of the opportunity I gave you to tell me. That's fine. You don't have to be, you don't have to, but no, that's fine. You don't have to. But now let things be and leave me alone, please. You're not a friend. Friends don't treat me like this. Friends are honest and supportive, like I have always been with you. Besides being readily available to you for a shoulder to cry on or help with your channel. I promoted you to my subscribers. I have 4 videos on my channel that shows your channel. I call you a friend. I tell thousands of people to support my friend, and they did. I would ask you how you grew so fast and never a thank you. Never. You've never supported me at all, Val. The only thing you ever had to do was be subscribed to my channel, but you unsubscribed from my channel, and the same day you stopped asking for my help. You were upset that I don't comment on your channel or your videos, so you unsubscribed from my channel, and I never heard from you again. This is so wrong, but you can do whatever you want. But how dare you not be straight with me when I gave you an opportunity? Said and then say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Really? Is that what you want? And now you tell me Merry Christmas and then Happy New Year's. Really, Val? Is that what you want? For me to have a great holiday, or is it just a ploy to get more help and support from me? Just let it go. You don't want to be honest. You're not thankful. You're not supportive, so leave me alone. I don't want to reply because I know you will either deny all of this or blame me. I've done nothing, and I already gave you a chance to tell me if I have done anything. So that ship has sailed, and I'm not interested in being friends to someone and not with someone. And it would be very insulting for you to act stupid. Everything happened on the same day. You asked me why I don't comment on your videos. You stopped commenting on my videos. You stopped asking me for help. You stopped messaging people, and you unsubscribed from me. So don't play dumb. Like I said, I don't want to reply. I simply want the bullshit messages to stop, please. Thank you. And she said afterwards that she didn't unsubscribe. Sometimes YouTube does that, which apparently they do. Why, I don't know. But that's what kickstarted everything, the whole thing. And you can check that all out. I've already gone into it way too much. But yeah, make your own mind up. Is David Demars a toxic online predator? I don't know. That's God's honest truth. Is Val and Narc Free Formula? Is Toxic Free her channel? Are they both lying? I don't know. Do I think they had a negative experience with them? Yes. Do I think he behaved childishly? Yes. I think they all did, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they were very well behaved, maybe. There was a lot of immature behavior, but that happens with people. That's not enough to then take a leap and call someone an online predator. But David has admitted himself there are people who are in prison who are still, their YouTube accounts are still allowed. So I don't know. I'm just presenting the evidence to you. I've heard a lot of people making complaints about David. I've also heard a lot of people defending David. So I found his channel beneficial. I think sometimes he says stuff and you're kind of like, yeah, poor taste, but that's certainly a far cry from he's an online predator harassing people. So I'll give you the evidence and you decide what you want to do with it. But just so that you're aware, if anyone's thinking of getting coaching, you've got people's evidence there. You decide what you want to do with it. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there because this has gone on far too long. So I will see you in the next one. Slán go fóill.